Alright, time for an update here. It's been a while since I've done a video, so I've been kind of busy, out of town and that kind of thing, so haven't had a lot of time to work on this thing. But so far I've been doing a lot of body work. You can see some Bondo, all that good stuff up here. So it had some drip rails along here, and I took those out, filled in the holes, and added a little bit of a body filler to smooth it out. So that's kind of what I'm working on. I also welded up the holes for the mirrors, and had a big problem on this door. I got the metal a little bit too hot and it all popped in, so had to kind of bang that back out and then do quite a bit of body work on it. And I still got one little spot right here that was a little bit high, so hit it with a hammer and knocked it back, so I got to do one more layer of body filler and then sand, and should be good to go. So let's see, what else have I done? That's about it. So I'll show you on this other side here where I welded up a bunch of holes. Let's see, what was right here? I don't remember. Oh, it was part of that drip rail, I think. So it had holes, you know, like all over the place or something. It had some kind of trim or something. So I filled that in. And I did this on the other side, but I didn't take any pictures of it, so I figured I would now. This is the body goop. It looks like crap right now, but what I'll do is I'll come back and sand it all down nice and smooth, go all the way down to the metal. And there should be a few little places that you'll see that'll have, you know, a little bit of body putty left over, but it's better to go ahead and cover it all, you know, now, not have to come back and redo it. So here's kind of what the other side used to look like before I filled it in. See, there's one of the little holes that I had to fill in. Here's another one. Got them all sanded down, except for this one. I gotta grind this down a little bit, and then put some Bondo on it, and then sand her smooth. So that's kind of where we're at. Body work is probably going to take me the longest, and then after that, we'll get it ready for paint. And I'm probably going to go down next weekend and buy some paint and start painting this thing, because the doors are actually, you know, all the pieces are in good shape. It's all these modifications, like right here. This is what the mirror used to mount to. So I got to pop these little screw things out and then weld up those holes. I'll just be a lot more careful on this side because this whole side popped in from the heat. Let's see. So yeah, I can go ahead and paint like the fenders. I just got to get the. It had this actually this trim along the sides right here, and this is some kind of like double-sided tape type junk. So I just got to get that off and sand it real nice and smooth. And then on the fenders, we'll be good to go. So these are pretty straight. There's not any dents in any of these. The doors have a little bit of body work. The back side here, it's actually set up for dual gas tanks, and I don't need duals. This was, you know, kind of like a work truck, or could have been a work truck back in the day. So I'll be, there's one little dent. And then, oh, it also, yeah, so on the corners it had that trim came around, and it had these nice aluminum plates. It didn't look bad, but I'm not going to put that stuff back, so I got to fill in those holes. And let's see, what else? Tailgate needs a little bit of work because it also had some trim. It's got some holes, so I'll have to fill it in on this side and on the other side, and then get all that nice and smooth. So here you can see I've already filled all these in. That one's nice. That one's done. Put some primer sealer on there just so that it wouldn't get wet and start rusting. Let's see, what else? So this one actually, I do have a little bit of body work to do right there. I messed it up whenever a wheel fell off. so that's it for this update. I'm going to sand down that other stuff, and I'm going to get this all fixed up and put some body filler on it, and I'll take some videos of the progress as I do it. Alright. Okay, so I decided to come back real quick. I'm going to show you some of the tools that I've been using. Lots of rags and some body hammers. So you've got like a point here. I actually used this on that little spot on the door I just talked about. And then there's all kinds of different combinations here. You know, you kind of have like a flat, you know, looking deal there, square, all kinds of good stuff. And let's see, I use a DA sander. This thing will take paint off real quick and smooth down any surface. You got to be real careful though, because it's kind of squishy. So if you stay in one area too long, you know, like on the end, like if I'm going here, if I'm going like this, you know, and I kind of have it off the body, trying to sand like that, it'll take it down too far and won't be smooth. So that's what I use these sanding blocks for. And these are K-Block Firm and Flex something, and 16 is how long it is, so it's a 16-inch. And they do flex a little bit, but they're real stiff, so you're definitely, if you use this thing, which is what I'm doing, you'll definitely get it nice and straight. I found these on eBay. I think I spent, for this one and this little short guy here, 5-inch, and a roll of 400 grit sandpaper, and a roll of, I think this is 80. I think I spent like $100, so it's not too bad, and the thing is good quality. I mean, I was kind of wondering, you know, what kind of quality this would be, if how the glue from the squishy part to the hard plastic would be, but it's actually really good. I like it, and the PSA sandpaper sticks to it really well too. So you just gotta make sure it's not dirty, because when you're sanding, holy cow, this stuff gets freaking everywhere. So I've already swept this up twice since I've been working on just this one door panel, and I've got to do it again. So along those same lines, with that sanding block is this dual piston inline sander. This thing is awesome, and I can't remember how much I paid, but I bought this on eBay years ago, and man, this thing works great. So it's air powered, and it just goes back and forth real fast, and it'll knock most of it down. That's what I'll use on that other side whenever I'm knocking down that body filler. And let's see, oh yeah, respirator. I bought this at Harbor Freight. They have these down here in Texas, and this thing was like $5 or something, and it's great. I mean, it seals real good around my face. I can breathe real good through it. Doesn't fog up my glasses or anything like that. And you know, for $5, you can't beat it. Beats those little masks that I was wearing. Those things are terrible. So, and I think that's about it. So I just want to show some of the tools. I did on the other side there, I had a little bit of rust on the floorboard, which is kind of expected. Over here it's actually worse, but you can't really see too much of it because it's covered in dust. And but this little wheel here that I've got on my grinder actually works really good for taking that paint and rust and everything off. So I've been using that a little bit. I used it on the outside wall over there where we saw all the body putty, just to get it down to the metal, because that's what they recommend. So that's about it. So I just want to show some of the tools that I use, and then here's some primer sealer. So this will actually seal up the metal once you get down to it when you're done. That way water doesn't get in. And then I also have a can of primer filler that you use. So if you have like little bitty spots, you know, or something, you know, scratches from the 80 grit or something that you didn't quite get, this is good for filling in those. So I'm sure I'll use quite a bit of that over time. So, well, that's it. So I'll have another update here in a minute whenever I get done with some of the sanding. All right.